My beloved child, I come with open arms to tell you, trust in my presence, for I will never leave you, helpless or forsaken. You are precious to me, and I long to strengthen you so you can live in freedom, peace, and unwavering faith. I have observed how you wake up each day, sometimes motivated and eager, sometimes weighed down by your burdens. Even in your weakness, you try to do good. Even in your doubts, you still seek me. I see the sincerity in your heart, the earnest yearning to learn and grow, and I want to assure you that I cherish your willingness. I delight in your readiness to come before me with an honest spirit. Whether you feel unworthy, uncertain, or fearful, when you lay your heart open before me, I pour out my renewing love so you can walk with confidence and find rest for your soul. I want you to set aside your distractions and let every word I speak resonate within you. Sometimes you have wondered if I notice the pain in your life. You have questioned if I still see you, or if your cries for help are lost in an endless expanse of silence. But I am here, and I have always been here, loving you and guiding you in ways you cannot always perceive. The very breath in your lungs is evidence of my sustaining power. The gentle impulses in your heart that lead you to kindness, compassion, and forgiveness come from me. It may be difficult for you to grasp at times, especially when the world feels so harsh, but I want you to hold on to the truth. My love for you is a steady anchor in any storm. I am aware of the needs in your life, the prayers you offer for your family, the concerns you have about their well-being, and the quiet desperation you sometimes feel when they do not listen. You want them to turn their hearts to me. You long for the peace of seeing them united under my guidance, free from destructive habits or fears. I tell you now, keep sowing seeds of love in your family. Keep praying for them, even if you do not see immediate change. Change often comes like a slow sunrise. At first you see only a faint light, then gradually a transformation takes shape, and before you know it, the entire sky is flooded with brightness. Even when you feel discouraged, keep praying for your loved ones. Each prayer you lift up is precious to me and never goes unheard. I see your frustrations too. You try to speak to your family about my word, but sometimes they ignore you or brush you off. You grow weary, and anger or disappointment threatens to take hold of you. But remember how I speak softly to your heart. In my gentleness, I lead you to see that your words can be instruments of healing and hope. You have a choice: to speak with tenderness, patience, and understanding, or to let harshness and frustration drive your tone. Choose compassion, my child. Let the warmth of my love season your words. You do not need to force them to believe or try to control them. Your role is to plant seeds, water them with prayer and unwavering faith, and let my spirit do the deep work of transformation. Yes, sometimes your family will resist and test your patience. Perhaps they are hurting, or they have closed their hearts after experiencing disappointments. Do not grow weary of showing them my love. I do not want you to condemn them or to punish them severely for every mistake. Instead, I want you to model my grace as you gently correct them. Remember that words can be like swords piercing hearts. Use your voice to heal rather than to wound. Do not allow anger to be the dominant force in your home. You have the authority to shift the atmosphere in your household by calling on my name and inviting my spirit to fill every corner with peace. I have a grand plan not just for you, but for everyone under your roof. I have not forgotten your children's early songs of praise. I remember their last laughter and their childlike faith. I remember how they used to smile at the slightest sign of my blessing. Even if they have strayed, they are never beyond my reach. I know exactly what I am doing in their lives, and I will keep drawing them back. Trust in my timing. Sometimes the journey of returning to me is not a straight path. There are twists and turns, but I remain steadfast. I see every detail that shapes their hearts. I know what they are facing in their day-to-day routines, the temptations they struggle with, the hidden hurts they rarely disclose, and I continue to be a beacon for them, unwavering, prayerful, and steadfast in love. You ask for miracles in your finances, health, and relationships. These matters weigh heavily on you, and you look for quick solutions. You want to fix everything overnight. But understand that there is a process unfolding in your life, a process that refines you, draws you closer to me, and reveals your own heart so I can bring deeper healing. Do not lose hope if things do not change instantly. Remember that when a seed is planted, it needs time to develop strong roots before it can break through the soil and blossom. In the same way, I want to develop strong spiritual roots in you so that you can sustain the wonderful blessings and breakthroughs I have planned. Have courage. Do not become discouraged by obstacles that seem too large to handle alone. I know how easily you can feel overwhelmed by trying to fix everything in your own strength. Rest in me instead. Surrender those difficulties and watch how my power can accomplish what appears impossible to you. I am not speaking in vague promises. I assure you that I will make a way. Nothing is too difficult for me. There is no illness, no financial burden, no broken relationship that surpasses my ability to restore. Yes, you may need to be patient, for my timing is perfect. Sometimes what you see as a delay is actually me orchestrating circumstances for a greater blessing than you ever imagined. Trust the process. Let your heart remain calm. Practice perseverance in prayer and keep coming before me each day with your petitions, your tears, your praises, and your confessions. Speak freely and without fear, because I know you completely, and my love does not waver based on your performance. As you grow in faith, you will learn to notice my subtle interventions, like small rays of sunlight breaking through stormy clouds, and in the moment you least expect, an even greater wave of my grace will sweep over you, granting you the miracle that you have long sought. I know you crave assurance. You desire signs and confirmations. I want you to open your spiritual eyes to see the small wonders I place before you each day. Notice the kindness of a stranger, the unexpected blessing that arrives when you are most in need, the quiet whisper of hope in your heart just as doubt starts to creep in. These moments are not coincidences. They are glimpses of my faithful presence, little reminders that I have not forgotten you. The greater fulfillment will come at the right time, but I want you to walk by faith, trusting that you are in my capable hands. My beloved child, also remember to remain steadfast in my word. There is life, nourishment, and direction in the scriptures. When you take even a few minutes to read and reflect, you open your heart to my voice and my counsel. My word trains your mind to think higher thoughts, to see beyond what is in front of you. It reminds you of who I am, a loving Father who holds the universe in his hands, yet cares intimately for your every need. It reminds you that you are never alone. There is a greater reality beyond your immediate circumstances, a kingdom of hope, truth, and everlasting love. I hear your questions about your identity, your worth, and your purpose. Sometimes you feel insignificant or unworthy, especially when faced with your past mistakes. But hear me now. You are beloved, chosen, and precious. Before you were even formed, I saw you and loved you. Nothing has surprised me about you, neither your successes nor your failures. I knew every step of your journey, every stumble, every triumph, and I chose you. Still, you do not need to be perfect for me to love you. I want to guide you into the fullness of life and character that reflects my image in you. Keep your gaze on me, and you will see your life gradually transform from the inside out. Take heart. When you notice the battles happening around you, whether they are external conflicts or inner struggles, you have wondered if you are strong enough to endure. I tell you that with my strength, you can endure anything. The key is not your own might, but your reliance on me. Surrender your weaknesses, your limitations, and I will show you what my power can do. In your vulnerability, my strength can shine brightly. Let go of the pride that tells you you must handle everything alone. Let your heart be humble and pliable. In humility, you will find a wellspring of grace. There will be times you fall short, times when you do the very thing you promised yourself you would never do again. Do not let shame consume you. I do not reject a repentant heart. I do not cast away those who stumble and return to me. Rather, I extend forgiveness, mercy, and a new beginning. Each day is another chance to walk by faith. Yes, be honest with me about your failures, confess them, let my forgiveness wash you, then stand up, dust yourself off, and continue forward. I do not want you living in a cycle of guilt and regret. I want you to learn from your experiences, to grow in wisdom and understanding, and to find freedom from the chains that once held you back. I see the secret longing in your heart to serve me more effectively. You wonder if your age, your past, or your limitations might disqualify you from playing a significant role in my kingdom. But I tell you, my child, that I use the humble and the willing. Whether you are young or advanced in years, there is a place in my plan for you. Indeed, you can blossom at any stage of life when your trust is in me. Open your hands and say, "Here I am, Lord, use me." I will guide you step by step. You do not need to have every detail figured out. Simply be obedient to the small promptings I place on your heart. Whether you are offering a kind word to someone in distress, interceding for a neighbor, sharing your testimony of my goodness, or dedicating time to help those in need. These small acts, done with great love, resonate in eternity. Do not be afraid of the opinions of others. Some may mock you or misunderstand your new direction of faith. They might criticize your devotion and question your motives. But your identity is not determined by their words. Your identity is sealed in my everlasting love. I see your heart. I know when your intentions are pure. Even if the world laughs, I will honor your faithfulness. So stand tall in the face of rejection, trusting that I, your Creator, rejoice over your every step of faith. I also know you carry deep wounds. You may not speak of them openly, yet they affect how you see yourself and how you respond to others. Childhood traumas, betrayals, and heartbreak, all these things have shaped the way you guard your heart. Sometimes you hide behind anger or cynicism because you fear being hurt again, but I want to heal those hidden wounds. Let my love penetrate the places in your soul where you have locked away painful memories. I come not to scold you or to force you to dredge up old pain, but to set you free from the bitterness that chains you. When you allow me to heal you, you discover a new capacity for love, compassion, and hope. Forgiving those who hurt you is not a sign of weakness. It is an invitation to experience the peace that only I can give. Bitterness is a heavy burden. Let me lift it from your shoulders so you can breathe, laugh, and live again. You see, I have so much more in store for you than mere survival. I want you to thrive, to walk in joy, to flourish in your calling. I want you to experience the abundant life that flows from a heart connected to mine. Picture for a moment the transformation that happens in nature. A caterpillar struggles through the chrysalis stage, hidden away and seemingly motionless, but inside, a miracle unfolds as it is prepared for flight. Eventually, it emerges with wings, free to soar to new heights. The same is true for you. The struggles and confusions of life can be the very environment in which your faith grows stronger, your character is refined, and your potential expands. If you trust me, even your pain can become a platform for unexpected blessings. My child, you have asked about your finances. You have cried out for provision to care for your family and meet your obligations. I know every detail of what you need, from the food on your table to the resources to pay your bills and support those you love. I am the one who opens doors that no one else can shut. I am the one who can guide you to opportunities for work or creativity. who can give you wisdom in managing what you have, and who can multiply your efforts. Rest in my promise that I am your provider. If you align your life with my principles, using integrity, diligence, and generosity, you will see my hand of blessing. You do not need to chase after quick schemes or compromise your values out of desperation. Remember that my resources are infinite. I can make a way where none seems possible. Keep your heart pure and your mind open to my guidance, for I will not let you down. Your health also matters greatly to me. I formed your body and care for every cell in your being. Sometimes your ailments are physical, and sometimes they are connected to stress, worry, or emotional pain. Bring all these concerns to me. I do not want you to be consumed by anxiety over illness or by fear of what may happen. Release those fears into my hands. I am with you in sickness and in health. While you should take the necessary steps to care for your body, seeking proper rest, good nutrition, and medical advice when appropriate, do not forget the power of prayer. Speak life over yourself. Declare the truth that I am the Lord who heals you, and know that even when healing does not come in the way or timing you expect, I am still working for your ultimate good. Sometimes I use doctors, nurses, and medicines as instruments of healing. Sometimes I bring supernatural restoration that defies logic. Trust that I know exactly what is best for you, and that I am always with you in the process. My child, you are also concerned about relationships, friends, relatives, co-workers, some of whom have betrayed your trust or hurt you deeply. It's possible you hold on to resentment or have built walls around your heart to protect yourself. I invite you to place those hurts at my feet. I understand how painful it can be when someone you love wounds you. I also know how it aches when misunderstandings drive people apart. But do not let that pain define you or dominate your future. I, too, have experienced rejection and betrayal, yet my response to humanity remains love, mercy, and forgiveness. Let me guide you in addressing conflicts with wisdom and compassion. There will be moments when you need to establish healthy boundaries, but always do so from a place of love. Unforgiveness can damage your soul more than any external conflict. Release it to me, and trust that I can mend what was broken or guide you to move forward. If reconciliation is not possible, you will find peace when you entrust your relationships to my care. I also see the longing in your heart for deeper friendship and fellowship. Loneliness can weigh heavily, making you think no one truly understands, but I assure you I understand you completely. I am nearer to you than your own heartbeat. Come to me in prayer. Pour out your loneliness and let my comfort wash over you. In time, I will bring people into your life who can uplift you, strengthen you, and walk alongside you in mutual faith. The wait may test your patience, but do not rush into relationships that are not aligned with my will simply to escape loneliness. Your worth is far too great to settle for connections that pull you away from me. Trust that I have friendships prepared, the kind that reflect the selfless love and loyalty you crave. I know that in moments of doubt or temptation, you wonder if you can ever grow past your old habits. Perhaps there are patterns of behavior, anger, jealousy, anxiety, addiction that repeatedly trip you up. You have cried out, "Is there hope for me?" And I answer, yes, there is abundant hope. The journey to freedom might require perseverance. At times you might stumble, but each time turn back to me. Let me help you examine the root causes of your struggles. Often, unresolved pain or the lies you have believed about yourself create loops of destructive behavior. My light exposes those lies, and my truth sets you free. Surround yourself with godly counsel, remain rooted in my word, and press on, even when it's uncomfortable. Real transformation is possible, and I promise never to give up on you. Remember that I am not a distant deity, indifferent to your daily reality. I care about every aspect of your life. When you are weary, let my strength sustain you. When you are joyful, let my delight in you magnify your celebration. When you are fearful, let my perfect love drive out that fear. I am the one who whispers encouragement into your spirit. With my strength, you can do all things. You never need to walk alone. I am your constant companion, your source of eternal life, and your faithful friend. Whenever you feel as though your prayers bounce off the ceiling, keep praying. Prayer is not a ritual to appease me. It is a relationship-building conversation that aligns your heart with mine. As you persist, you grow more attuned to my voice, more sensitive to the gentle guidance I place in your path. And though you may not realize it, every genuine prayer is like a seed that I water, which in time will bear fruit. Remind yourself daily that prayers offered in love and humility have tremendous power. They can soften hearts, open new doors of opportunity, spark healing, and bring about breakthroughs that no earthly effort could achieve. I also want to remind you to be patient with yourself. Growth is a lifelong process. There will be days when you feel strong and unshakable, and other days when you feel as though you have made no progress at all. But do not let momentary setbacks define the entire journey. My grace is sufficient for you. My power is perfected in your weakness. Take one step at a time, hold on to my hand, and do not despise the seasons of waiting. In waiting, you learn perseverance. In waiting, you realize your deep need for me. And in waiting, you develop the patience required to steward the blessings that are yet to come. Just as a parent does not give a child responsibilities that will overwhelm or harm them, so I release blessings according to the maturity and readiness of your heart. You can trust that my timing is always guided by my deep love for you. When guilt or condemnation tries to plague your mind, when accusations flood your thoughts, or when people around you judge and shame you, remember my voice. I am for you, not against you. I correct you with love, not with the intention to destroy your spirit, but to convict you so that you can see the harm in your ways and turn back to the path of life. I do not condemn you. If you feel crushed or hopeless, that is not my voice. Cast down those lies that say you are unworthy, irredeemable, or that I have given up on you. Those are the whispers of the enemy. My voice always brings hope, even in correction. I will never belittle you. I see you as my child, worthy of redemption and equipped with a high calling. Embrace the truth that you were made for more than mere existence. You were made to reflect my glory and love in a world that desperately needs a glimpse of heaven. In times of weariness, rest in me. Rest is holy. It is a declaration of trust, a statement that you believe I am in control while you yield to peace. You do not have to be everything for everyone. I do not ask you to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. I ask you to give me your burdens, your anxiety, and your uncertainties. Let me renew your strength so that you can rise with courage and clarity. Spend quiet moments in my presence, away from the noise of daily life. In stillness, you can sense my gentle whisper, reminding you that you are held in my loving arms. Cease striving long enough to feel my peace as I embrace you like a warm hug. Look at how far you have come, even if it may not be obvious to you. I remember the times you reached out to me in desperation, the nights you cried, and in your tears you drew closer to me. I saw when you overcame temptations that once dominated you, when you extended forgiveness when everything in you wanted revenge, and when you gave generously to someone in need even when you felt you had little yourself. Each act of faith and love is a testimony to how my Spirit is at work in you. Do not diminish these victories. Rejoice in them, for they affirm that you are growing in grace, even if there is still a long way to go. Let my promises echo in your heart today. I am your protector. I will not let your foot slip. I watch over you in every season, when the sun scorches by day and when darkness covers the night. I am there, standing guard. When others try to curse you or speak evil against you, I turn their words into dust. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, because I am your shield and defender. Let this truth fill you with confidence. You do not need to live in fear of what others might say or do. Their power is limited, but mine is boundless. If I am for you, who can stand against you? Also remember that your life on earth is fleeting, but it is not meaningless. You are an eternal being. I designed your soul for communion with me, both now and forever. Do not be consumed by temporary stresses at the expense of your eternal destiny. Keep your focus on what truly matters: loving me, loving others, walking in integrity, and serving with genuine kindness. In the end, faith, hope, and love endure. Let love guide your choices and help you learn to see the value of each day, for each day is a gift. When you come to the end of your earthly journey, what will remain is not the wealth you accumulated or the applause you gained, but the love you poured out, the souls you touched, and the relationship you cultivated with me. You might notice seasons of dryness in your spiritual life when you do not feel my presence as strongly as before. I understand. It can be confusing. You might think I have withdrawn from you, yet I never truly leave. Sometimes I allow the sensation of dryness so that you can learn to walk by faith rather than by feeling, for emotions can fluctuate. I do not want your relationship with me to depend solely on emotional highs. True faith remains steadfast even when the feelings wane. Trust that I am still with you. Press on through prayer, worship, and study of my word. Eventually, you will find that the wilderness you experienced actually strengthened your roots and deepened your reliance on me. Look around you. There are people who need the gift of love and compassion that I have placed within you. You carry stories of how my grace has saved you from despair. You have witnessed my faithfulness when things seemed hopeless. There is someone who needs to hear your testimony so they can find encouragement for their own battle. Do not shy away from sharing. You do not have to be a polished speaker or have a grand platform to shine my light. Your genuine story, shared with humility, can break chains in someone else's life. When you allow me to use your life experiences for good, your past pains become seeds of hope for others. At times, the spiritual battle that rages unseen can be intense. You might wonder why you experience so many obstacles and trials. I assure you, these are not signs that you are abandoned. On the contrary, your faith has a target on its back precisely because it is precious. The enemy of your soul tries to discourage you, to make you doubt your identity and my goodness, but you do not fight alone. I, your God, stand with you. I command angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. Use the authority of my word to resist any lies or manipulations. Keep your mind on the truth. You are my beloved, sealed by my Spirit, and no force in heaven or on earth can snatch you from my hand. Stand firm, wearing the armor of righteousness, truth, faith, and my promises, and you will see victory, even if the battle feels long. Do not surrender to despair. I am proud of you. Even now, as you read or hear these words, I am speaking into your spirit. I see you, my beloved child. I see your perseverance. I see how you are trying to balance so many responsibilities. I see your hidden tears and the quiet prayers you offer up for those you love, and I see your desire to honor me in every decision. Do not be ashamed of your struggles, for your perseverance in the midst of hardship is a testament to the strength I have placed within you. Let this encouragement soak into your very soul, overshadowing every negative thought that has tried to belittle you. Allow my peace to settle in the deepest parts of you, that peace which transcends human logic, which you cannot always grasp with your mind, but can feel as a calm presence in your heart. It is the peace that whispers, everything will be all right, even when your circumstances scream otherwise. It is the calm in the middle of the storm. Let my peace guard your heart from panic and stress. Let it be the anchor that keeps you steady when life's winds blow fiercely. You can only truly receive this peace when you surrender control, acknowledge your dependence on me, and trust that I am working for your good. As you surrender, you will notice a transformation in your perspective. Where once you saw impossible barriers, you will start to see potential stepping stones. Where once you saw only problems, you will begin to see lessons. Where once you felt alone, you will sense my presence more tangibly. This perspective will allow you to navigate your challenges with a resilience that others will notice. Some will ask, "How are you so calm? Why aren't you falling apart?" And you will testify that my peace, my joy, and my sustenance are real and available to anyone who seeks them. You will also come to recognize that your gifts, talents, and passions were placed in you by my design. They are not random quirks. They are purposeful attributes meant to bless you and those around you. Whether you write, create art, teach, problem solve, or show hospitality, these gifts reflect my creativity. When you use them with love, you reflect my nature. By embracing your gifts, you partner with me to bring goodness into the world. The more you align yourself with my plan, the more these gifts blossom. Yes, sometimes you will be stretched beyond your comfort zone, but that is how you grow. Do not bury your talents out of fear. Offer them to me, and watch how I multiply them for the sake of my kingdom. My dear child, even your failings can be turned into testimonies of redemption if you place them in my hands. There is no sin that my grace cannot cover, no shame too deep that my light cannot reach. Instead of fixating on your flaws, bring them to my healing presence and allow me to transform them into a story of hope. Many around you struggle with the same temptations, the same sense of unworthiness, the same hidden regrets. Imagine how encouraged they would be if they saw how I brought beauty out of your ashes. When you are open about your weaknesses, you invite others to find their hope in me too. I know you may feel uncertain about the future. You look at the turmoil in the world, the conflicts, the pain, and wonder how you fit into it all. But do not be overwhelmed. I have placed you in this exact time and place for a purpose. You carry within you a light that can dispel darkness. You carry my spirit, which comforts, guides, and empowers. No matter how chaotic the world becomes, remember that I remain steadfast and unchanging. Your secure place is in me. When the world trembles, you can stand firm because your foundation is built on my eternal love. Keep your eyes on the future I have promised, a future of hope, restoration, and the ultimate triumph of good over evil. In moments when your faith feels shaky, recall the times I have delivered you, provided for you, protected you, or turned a bad situation around for good. Let gratitude become the steady rhythm of your heart. Gratitude awakens your soul to my presence in every circumstance. It shifts your focus from what you lack to what I have abundantly given. Start your day with thanksgiving, end your day with thanksgiving, and watch how it shapes your attitude. Gratitude is a powerful act of worship, acknowledging my hand in your life, even when you might not fully see how I am working. My love for you is not passive, it is dynamic and ever-flowing. It is not just a kind sentiment, it is active and healing. Rest in this truth. Let it define your identity. Understand that my love is the reason I extend mercy, the reason I offer forgiveness, the reason I pick you up when you have fallen, even if you face correction from me. Remember that it flows from a place of love, intended to protect you from greater harm. Just as a loving parent disciplines a child to steer them away from danger, I may sometimes block certain paths to keep you safe and guide you onto better ones. My wisdom sees beyond your current vantage point. You may wonder if you can truly approach me with boldness. You can, because the veil has been torn. I have made a way for you to enter my presence without fear of condemnation. In my presence, you will find fullness of joy and clarity for your path. You do not have to navigate life alone or blindly. I have opened a door for you to commune with me intimately. This gift is priceless. Cherish it, use it, and pray without ceasing, not just with your lips, but with the posture of your heart that stays in communion with me at all times. When you look at the world, it can be tempting to compare yourself with others, their achievements, their possessions, their relationships. But such comparisons steal your joy and make you doubt my unique plan for you. Resist the urge to measure your worth by someone else's life. Instead, seek to be the best version of yourself according to my design. Each of you has a distinct purpose. You run your own race, guided by my spirit. Focus on the gifts you have, the calling I have given you, and the path I have laid out. Celebrate others' successes, but never let them diminish your sense of worth. You are my beloved. Each hair on your head is counted. Each breath is precious. Notice, too, how sometimes blessings come disguised as challenges. An uncomfortable season might birth extraordinary perseverance. A door closing might redirect you to a path far better than you imagined. Even your own mistakes can serve to deepen your compassion and empathy for others who struggle. Nothing is wasted in my economy of grace. What the enemy means for harm, I can turn around for good. I want you to embrace a faith that understands this principle. Do not be quick to declare a situation hopeless. You have no idea how I might use a single seed of faith to spark a miraculous turnaround. Yes, my precious child, I also want to nurture in you a spirit of generosity. Release the fear that if you give, you will lack. Trust that as you bless others, you align yourself with my heart. I am the God of abundance, not scarcity. When you open your hands to bless someone, you make room for more of my blessings to flow into your life. Let kindness and a willingness to share become your lifestyle. Let these acts of love be free from ulterior motives, trusting that I see every hidden sacrifice and every anonymous kindness. You might be thinking, Lord, I want to trust you, but I'm worried about failing again. I'm worried about not being strong enough to follow through. My dear one, that is where my grace covers you. You do not have to be self-sufficient. Lean on me. When you are in tune with my spirit, I strengthen you. When you are humble and dependent on me, I fill you with courage beyond your natural capacity. So walk forward, even if your steps feel shaky. You do not walk alone. Step by step, day by day, watch as your faith grows muscles you never knew you had. Never forget the power of your words. You can speak life or death into a situation. Choose to speak words of blessing over yourself, your family, your home, and your endeavors. Let your mouth declare my promises rather than your fears. When doubt creeps in, counter it with truth. When negativity tries to take root, uproot it by speaking hope. Align your tongue with my perspective, and you will see the atmosphere shift around you. It is not about pretending that problems do not exist. It is about acknowledging that I am greater than any problem you face. Keep in mind, my dear child, that while you live in a world full of turmoil, my kingdom is unshakable. You can carry my peace into every storm. You do not have to be at the mercy of external circumstances. As you mature in faith, you will discover a wellspring of resilience in me. You will learn to navigate life with a calm assurance that defies logic. That assurance is not arrogance. It is confidence in who I am, the understanding that my resources, my love, and my presence are inexhaustible. You have also asked about your purpose. Purpose is more than a single task or career. It is the unfolding of your unique design. As you walk with me daily, sometimes you get fixated on a single goal, but I see the bigger picture. I see how your everyday decisions, conversations, and choices shape you into a vessel of my grace. Your purpose might involve parenting your children with love and guiding them toward me. It might involve volunteering your time to serve those less fortunate. It might involve using a professional skill set I have given you for a kingdom cause. All these facets, big and small, converge into a mosaic of meaningful living. Never underestimate the significance of a single act of kindness or a single moment of truth shared in love. There will be times when the path I set for you is not the one you expected. It can be confusing, even alarming, to face an unexpected detour, but trust that I see the road ahead clearly. Where you see barriers, I see opportunities for you to rely on me more deeply. Stay flexible, surrender your preconceived plans, and listen for my voice. I will guide you with my peace, opening and closing doors in perfect timing. You do not need every answer right now. You only need to stay close to me, obedient to the promptings I place in your heart. Patience in uncertainty is an act of faith, a declaration that you believe I orchestrate all things for the good of those who love me. At times, you might feel compelled to serve in areas that stretch you. Perhaps you feel a stirring to start a ministry, write a book, sing a song of worship, or reach out to those in prison or the homeless on the streets. Embrace those stirrings. I often call my children out of their comfort zones because that is where my strength is most evident. If I place a burden for people in your heart, it means I want to use you to reflect my compassion to them. Do not shrink back because you feel inadequate. Whom I call, I also equip. Step forward in faith, and I will supply every resource you need: wisdom, finances, partners, and courage. I want you to know the joy of co-laboring with me. There is joy in seeing lives touched, in witnessing hearts softened, and in watching transformations unfold that only my power can accomplish. That joy will surpass any temporary pleasure the world offers, because it is rooted in eternal significance. You will find that as you pour yourself out for others in my name, I will pour back into you until you overflow with blessings and purpose. Remember also the power of communion with fellow believers. I did not design you to walk this journey alone. Seek out those who are also seeking my heart. Pray together, worship together, encourage one another, and hold each other accountable. There is strength in unity, and my spirit moves mightily where my children gather in genuine love. Even if others have let you down in the past, do not let bitterness isolate you from the possibility of meaningful community. Trust me to lead you to safe and nurturing relationships. Look at how I have sustained you through trials already past. The same God who parted the seas, fed multitudes in the wilderness, healed the sick, and raised the dead is the God who cares for you personally in your darkest hours. You might have felt alone, but I was there, carrying you, comforting you, and preparing you for a testimony you would later share. Even the times you questioned me did not cause me to abandon you. Your honesty does not frighten me. Let your doubts drive you to seek deeper truth. I reward genuine seekers, those who come with open minds and hearts, ready to be guided into a fuller understanding. If you ever feel unworthy to approach me in prayer, remember that I see you through eyes of love. Your worth is not determined by how well you perform, but by who you are to me, my child, my creation, a mirror of my image. I know your frailties, your hidden motives, your restless thoughts. Yet my invitation remains. Come closer. I am not looking for perfect words or empty rituals. I am looking for sincerity, humility, and a heart that desires to know me more. Pour out your troubles, share your joys, seek guidance, and simply rest in my presence. There is no formula to this relationship. It is a living exchange of love. As you grow closer to me, you will start to see life from a heavenly perspective. Situations that once seemed crippling will be viewed in the light of my sovereignty. You will realize that I truly work all things together for good for those who love me and are called according to my purpose. Yes, you live in a broken world filled with pain, but my redemptive power weaves beauty out of chaos. Even when I do not stop a painful event from happening, I can use it to build empathy, compassion, and deeper faith in you. You begin to see that my ways are higher than yours, that my wisdom is unsearchable, and that I orchestrate every detail with precision and care. Let my love cast out your deepest fears. Fear is a crippling force that can keep you from stepping into the fullness of your calling. But when you remember how passionately I love you, fear loses its grip. You can face unknown circumstances not because you are fearless by nature, but because you know I stand with you. I will never allow you to be tested beyond what you can bear with my help. Take my hand. Let me guide you across the raging waters. They might not disappear immediately, but you will cross safely with me beside you. You wonder if this journey will be worth it. This constant wrestling with faith, battling discouragement, choosing forgiveness, turning from temptation. Let me assure you, it is worth it. Every act of surrender to my will shapes you into a radiant reflection of my heart. One day you will look back on this life and see how every trial taught you perseverance, every tear formed a deeper well of compassion, and every prayer connected you more intimately with my spirit. The love you have given and received will be etched forever into the tapestry of eternity. Hold on to hope, my child. Hope is a powerful anchor. It acknowledges the pain of the present but expects my goodness in the future. Hope is fueled by the knowledge that I can do the miraculous even in the most desperate circumstances. Do not let the darkness around you dim your hope. Keep your soul anchored in my promises. Even in the midnight hour, if you lift your eyes to me, you will see the stars shining in the darkness. Reminders that light is never fully extinguished. As you continue to walk by faith, I want you also to celebrate small victories. Do not despise the day of small beginnings. Each step of obedience, each little breakthrough, is a stepping stone toward greater things. Rejoice when you see even the slightest improvement in your circumstances or your character. Gratitude for small mercies prepares your heart for bigger blessings. When you cultivate thankfulness, you build a habit of recognizing my hand at work in every season of life. If you find yourself battling shame from past decisions, let me wipe those tears away. You are not defined by your worst mistakes. My forgiveness is complete, and my grace is as abundant as the distance from the east to the west. You are free to grow without the weight of condemnation. Learn from your past, but do not remain chained to it. You have a bright future if you keep your eyes on me. I also want you to dream again. Somewhere along the way, life's struggles might have caused you to abandon the dreams I placed in your heart long ago. Perhaps you thought it was too late, or you felt disqualified. But I ask you to lift those dreams to me once more. Let me breathe fresh life into them if they align with my will, or reshape them if they need to be refined. Dare to believe that the seeds of possibility I planted in you still carry my potential. Dare to step out in faith, trusting that I can redeem lost time and restore opportunities that once seemed gone forever. You do not walk this path alone. My spirit is within you, guiding you like a gentle compass. Let the fruit of my spirit, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control, flourish within you. Cultivate these qualities by abiding in me. They are not the product of mere human effort, but evidence of my transformative power at work in your life. The more you surrender your heart to me, the more you will naturally display these traits, and those around you will notice something heavenly in you. Be mindful that there will always be people who misunderstand you, who doubt the authenticity of your faith, or who criticize your devotion. Some might say you are naive, weak, or foolish to trust me so wholeheartedly. But remember, I take what the world calls foolish and use it to confound the wise. My ways often appear upside down to those who do not know my heart, yet to those who have tasted my goodness, my ways are the definition of true wisdom and peace. Do not let scoffers quench your passion. Keep shining, for over time some skeptics may be drawn to the light they see in you. My beloved, let your heart overflow with compassion for those who are still trapped in darkness, for those who do not yet know the liberating power of my love. Be patient with them. They might be wrestling with deep wounds of their own. Offer them kindness even if it is not reciprocated. Bless them even if they curse you. Pray for them even if they mock your prayers. In doing so, you reflect my heart, for I pour out rain on both the just and the unjust. I desire that none should perish, but that all should come to the knowledge of truth. There will also be moments when you need to discern when to stand firm and when to remain silent. There is a time to speak up for truth, to defend the oppressed, to confront injustice. And there is a time to pray quietly, letting me deal with hearts in ways you cannot see. Ask me for wisdom each day, and I will guide your lips and your actions. Maintain a posture of love, never arrogance. Remember that you too were once lost in darkness until my light broke through. Above all, cling to love. Let love be your motivation, your guiding principle, and your greatest treasure. Without love, even the greatest acts of service or sacrifice mean nothing. With love, every small act is infused with eternal worth. Let your prayers, your worship, your fellowship, and your work all be rooted in love, for me and for others. Love is the mark of my true disciples. It is the royal commandment that encompasses all others, so that the world will know that you belong to me. Now, my precious child, as you breathe in these words, I want you to feel a gentle stirring of renewed hope, of fresh determination, of unshakable peace. This is my presence, embracing your spirit and reminding you that we are in this together. I delight in you. I believe in the potential I placed within you. I have called you by name, and you are mine. Take this moment to rest in that truth. Let it fill your mind with wonder and your heart with praise. When you face obstacles in the days to come, remember who stands beside you. When fear knocks at your door, answer with faith. When you stumble, arise with my strength. When you feel alone, recall that I am closer than the air you breathe. When circumstances look bleak, fix your gaze on my promises. When you are tempted, remember that I always provide a way of escape. When your heart feels heavy, let my joy be your strength. And when you do not know what to pray, let your tears speak, for I understand them perfectly. My love for you does not wax and wane with your emotions. It is steady, eternal, and unbreakable. I have spoken these words to affirm you, to guide you, and to envelop you in the fullness of my affection. Let them settle deep into your spirit, not just for today, but for every moment you need reassurance. Reread them as often as you must. Each time you will find new layers of meaning, for my words are alive and active, bringing light where there is darkness, hope where there is despair, and comfort where there is pain. I am proud of how far you have come, and I eagerly anticipate the glorious paths we will walk together. Yes, I say we because I walk beside you, celebrating every milestone, comforting every sorrow, and guiding every step. You are never far from my thoughts. Rest assured, you are cherished and safe in my everlasting arms. Now, my beloved child, move forward in faith. Breathe deeply of my peace. Let my grace empower you to love more freely, to serve more willingly, and to trust more boldly. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever, and I will always remain faithful to you. Keep your eyes on me, and you will see wonders unfold. Persevere in prayer, stay grounded in my word, honor me with your actions, and watch as I open doors of blessing and opportunity that exceed your greatest hopes. I rejoice over you with gladness and sing over you with songs of deliverance. My heart is full of tender compassion for you. Let all fear be banished, for love has taken its place. Let shame be scattered, for forgiveness has made you whole. Let doubt yield to faith, for I am your God, strong and mighty to save, and I promise you the best is yet to come. Stay close to me. Return to these words whenever you feel weary. Let them remind you of the boundless love and grace I pour into your life. Know that your prayers matter, your faith matters, and you, my child, matter more than you can fathom. I will never stop reminding you of my devotion, and I will never withhold my goodness from you. Embrace the destiny I have laid out for you. Stand tall in the assurance of my unchanging love. Breathe in and let your soul rest in my arms of mercy. Breathe out and release every worry into my care. I am here, always here, whispering encouragement, enveloping you in a love deeper than the ocean, broader than the skies, and stronger than any force in existence. Trust in this love. Let it shape your identity, your destiny, and your day-to-day choices. Speak to me often and listen as I speak to you. Together, we will walk through every season, every high, every low, and every challenge. My child, you are never alone. Now go forth with the joy of knowing you are loved, with the peace of knowing you are protected, and with the courage of knowing I am with you. I see you, I celebrate you, I treasure you, and I will continue guiding you day by day, breath by breath, until you fulfill the beautiful purpose for which I created you. Amen.